This year will not run out away with it. We shall see the end of 2023 and we shall see beginning and the end of 2024 because God has ordained it and because we trust in him, and so shall it be. Thank you, Father. Welcome in the name of the Pharmacist Affairs Admin group today. You are welcome. Pharmacist Olubowale, please, over to you.
All right. Good afternoon, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. I warmly welcome you to our annual event, the PAGIA 2023. And already we have a handful of colleagues who are seated. Essentially, I can see Francis Abubakar Umar, Adebayo Israel, Adebayo Oluwatobi, Ake Abasi, Amir Kamedet, and to pharmacists, I can thank you, you are welcome. Pharmacist Ben Ajeke, you are welcome. Pharmacist Afsat Makasi, amongst so many others that are seated. Let's all be relaxed. And yes, I also cite the treasurer of ATPN Lagos, Pharmacist Tolulope Ajayi. Compliment of the season to all of us. And let's sit back and have a robust discussion with our special guest of honor. And also, at today's event, we'll be unveiling the winner of the contest for 2023. Thank you very much. I wish us a very robust and beneficial moment together. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Pharmacist Olubowale, for that wonderful recognition for all the people and many more people that are here to join us in this event today. Well, I'd like to welcome everyone of us again to this annual event of the Pharmacist Affairs Group, Pharmacist Affairs Group Innovation Award. And I want to say particularly that we thank God for what God has been able to do since the inception of this event. We basically started in 2018, and year in, year out, we have not relented. We give glory to God for what God has done. And more and more importantly, we want to appreciate all people who have always supported us to continue to do these events. Somebody was asking me, where do you get all the money you give out to people? And I told them that, well, people that love what we are doing, they like what we are doing, and they have always continued to support us. So I want to especially recognize and appreciate all our people who have always been with us each time we call on them for this annual program. Pharmacist Affairs Innovation Award is just a concept that we designed in our platform because there is a communication platform known as the Pharmacist Affairs Group on the social media, WhatsApp, the Telegram. We also have our YouTube channel where we also showcase our events. And we felt that for this group, it is not always just for us to come and just talk and go. Let us add value to ourselves on that platform. And that was how Pharmacist Affairs Group Innovation Award started. And when it started, we started with the understanding that a lot of people have something they are doing in their various corners, but they don't have opportunity of visibility. So we gave that platform to them to be able to showcase themselves, make their innovation to be visible, and then also make them available for people who may be interested in showing some level of interest, because I know any innovation at all is a business opportunity that is on the table. So that is how we started. And to the glory of God, we have had 5 editions back to back. And we thank God for what God has done. For this year, 2023, we started, and our supporters, they're always there ready to support us. And I want to especially appreciate the following people who have made it possible for us to say PAGIA 2023 will be a reality. Not only because of their interest, they also made some little financial contribution towards this event. And I want to appreciate them one by one. Number one, I want to thank my very dear brother, Pharmacist Taufik Odukoya of Vanguard Pharmacy. Since the inception, he has never failed to support this event. I also want to thank Pharmacist Olutayo Arikawi. She's based in UK, and every year once the event is kicking off, she will always make a call, and she also always make her own token of contribution. We appreciate you. Pharmacist Obajimi Jayesimi, that's the MD and CEO of Funeral Pharmacy. Also want to appreciate you for what you have done and for this year's event, making it a reality. We thank also Pharmacist Olulope Ajayi, the Treasurer ICP in Lagos State of the style and business of Shekina Healthcare. He also supported us this year, and we appreciate you. Pharmacist Remi Omotosho, that is the MD Sunrise Pharmacy. He's also one of those people that supported this event this year. We thank you. We also want to mention pharmacist Augustine Odibo. That is the promoter of a Farmer Hub, and Farmer Hub is a platform that is educative. And I think it was our second. It was the second winner on this platform. That's our second year event. It was the one that won that particular year. That is Austin Odibo. We appreciate you. Also, I want to thank my very dear sister, Pharmacist Mrs. Arumi Wura of Precious Pharmacy. She also supported us, made it possible to be part of those people that have made it a worthwhile event for us this year. And the Alvid Pharmacy also made their own contribution. So when you look at all these people, every year, they always support this event. And we are happy because the little token people are bringing together, we're able to charity to support one innovation and one project of pharmacists or pharmacy students. And the feedback we have been having from those people that have won these various editions have been heartwarming. They gladden our heart because we saw that those little tokens made available to them actually help them to scale up their innovation. And we believe strongly very soon they'll become very big in the space out there. So this is our interest, and the interest is just to ensure that we bring something that will add value to pharmacy environment, that will give a lot of pharmacists the confidence to come out of their various cocoons and say they want to do something, come out of their various comfort zone and say, let me think out of the box, let me try to change the scenario, so that we don't just continue to talk about trouble, problem, but let us be part of solution. And that's one of the things that PAGIA is doing. This edition, we want to also specially thank our special guest of honor, Pharmacist Oluwakomo. This is a man that we love, we admire, and has always shown readiness to support anything that is innovative. And when he was called upon, even though today he's having a program, he said, no problem, I'm going to make sure I'm available because I love and I'm impacting as little opportunity I have to the young minds. And I want to appreciate you very well, Pharmacist Oluwakomo, for making it a reality for us to have you in this event. We know you're a big fish, but then we appreciate you for making yourself available because we know a lot of young minds in this meeting today, they're going to learn a lot from you. And we believe strongly when the year is coming to an end and the year 2024 rolls in, most of the things people will be picking up from this platform today, there will be things that will make a lot of people to change their perspective about 2023, 2024. Also at this event, I want to particularly appreciate all the participants. You are the reason why this event is holding, because you showed the confidence to display and to showcase what you think you have. And I believe strongly the little time we have drilled you on this program, many of your concepts would have been reshaped, and you would have seen how best you can approach those innovations. Incidentally, we cannot award everybody with what we have. But one thing we believe strongly is that no matter how small we're able to give out to anybody that wins this year's event, we believe strongly it's going to help that particular innovator to scale up tremendously. We appreciate you for taking your time out to be drilled and to the challenge we took you through. Obviously, it is just part of part of the event to make sure that you have what it takes to showcase yourself as an innovator on this platform. We appreciate you, all our participants. Now, we also want to especially recognize those people that we selected as independent assessors. You see, the independent assessors were chosen, they didn't even know themselves. We just gave them the assignment and individually they assessed the project. And at the end of the day, they're able to come up with their reports. which we now made average from to select those people that got to the final stage. So let me quickly recognize Dr. Margaret Lomoya. That is the outgone editor-in-chief of PSN. We want to appreciate you for granting us the opportunity of your time to assess those innovations and the feedbacks that were gotten from the plenary level. Also, I'd like to appreciate Dr. John Ayorinde. He's a Faculty of Pharmacy, University of Ibadan. I want to appreciate you for giving us your time to be part of this assessment. And also one of our very dear colleague and a friend, Dr. Motayo Ilupeju, that is of PCN, that's the Pharmacy Council of Nigeria. He was also one of those people that assessed the output of this innovation. And all what you did is what we're able to build up on to come up with this event today. We appreciate all of you for giving us your time and for being part of this event. Lastly, I'd like to appreciate our engine room, the pharmacist board. That is the board of administrators of pharmacist affairs. And that is why each time you see events coming up, there are people that are cooking it. And when it's finally cooked, they bring it available to the space. And that is why each time there's a program, we are all out to ensure that it succeeds. So I want to especially thank every one of us in the board. And giving me the opportunity to work with all of us is a privilege. And I want to especially thank every one of us one by one. Number one, I want to thank pharmacist Foluke Akiniroyi FPSN. He's a wonderful and ever bubbling colleague that always makes sure that our events always have the right spices. Secondly, Dr. Titilayo Nedo, able hand, she's always available. Sometimes 3 a.m. she will send me a message just to ensure that this event always have the necessary impact. So I want to appreciate you. Pharmacist Benga Olubawale, also FPSN. You're also a wonderful colleague and one of the board members that have ensured that our programs always fulfill their purpose. We appreciate you, and I appreciate everybody. I appreciate you, Pharmacist Olubawale. Pharmacist Richard Oladapo, you're also highly appreciated. Pharmacist Issa Mohammed, you are appreciated. And Pharmacist Michael Duruwaye, you're also highly appreciated, because all of us, 7 of us, including myself, Mr. Abiodun Ajibade, who is the chairman of the board of administrators, we are always working together to ensure that we bring all these our events to a very good position. Let me mention to you that PAGIA is just one of those products of Pharmacist Affairs. We also have what is called Pharmacist Affairs Group Entrepreneur College, which is one of the training arm and the training section of the group, where we train depending on different situations that is around. We also have a product called Point Blank, where we lay it bare issues that need to be spoken about, need to be talked about. That is also happening on Point Blank. We also have that as a program. For PAGIA 2023, let me quickly run you through how we arrived at this point. When the events kicked off, I think sometimes in November, October, we advertised for people to participate. And people submitted their interest through submissions of their innovations. And these innovations were submitted, and we allowed them to be subject to public opinion. So public opinion means let people just interface with some of these projects or some of these things you are doing. Let's have their comments and the feedbacks. And these feedbacks also helped us to know some of the areas that people are looking at concerning this project. And I want to say that for the assessments, after they went through the public opinion, the assessors, they looked at, number one, what is the suitability of their submission or whatever products they say they're having in pharmacy or healthcare environment. What is it suitable for the environment? Number two, does it have an impact it's going to create in the pharmacy or healthcare? Number three, what are the quality of the comments that were received by people that interfaced with the innovation? And then lastly, popular opinion. And the assessors look through all this to be able to come up with their assessment. And at the end of the day, we're able to come up with first 3 innovations that had the highest mark in terms of the rating. And that is why we have about 4 innovations that came up, because 1 and 2, and then number 3 position was a tie. So we have to bring 2 innovations more to join the first 2 to make 4 innovations. And at the end of the day, we have a future pharmacy initiative. We have leverage community pharmacy for vaccination. We also have mental health in transit, as well as health birth mothers community. Those were the ones that finally end up with the final stage. And I believe all the contestants, even from the preliminary, they are already in the room. So if you submitted for this year's innovation, we're also giving you just 2 minutes to speak to the audience, because it's going to be a live interaction, to speak to the others about your innovation, because not because you may not win the award, but because it is an opportunity to learn. And also, there's somebody somewhere who might be interested in some of those things you are doing, and it can also call for some progressive engagement. So I'm going to give you 2 minutes each to just speak to the audience in this particular forum. And if you are already on board, just go to the chat room, put your name there, and put the name for the subject for your innovation in the chat room, in the chat box. Just do that right now, so that when the time comes, we'll be able to call on you to make your presentation. So I'd like to appreciate every one of us and all our audience who have always made this possible for us to always come up with our programs. And we appreciate you one by one. And I wish you a very wonderful time. Our guest of honor will be joining us so soon. And I believe when he joins us, we're going to properly introduce him, and he's going to take the floor. So I'm going to yield the floor right now to Pharmacist Chukwuka Francis. If you're in the room, we're going to give room for a few of our people who have won in the previous edition, and for them to actually come up, just let us know how far they have fared and their comments. So, but I think somebody is raising up his hand. Rabzo Fort Limited. You raise up your hand to speak. Can you confirm that? Okay, that hand has been lowered. Thank you. So I'm going to be calling on Chukwuka Francis to give us a short comment based on his encounter with Pharmacist Affairs and being one of our winners in the past editions. So are you in the room, Pharmacist Chukwuka Francis? Okay, I think she's not there. Is Pharmacist Ebere Angela in the room? Pharmacist Iberi Angela. Okay, they're not here yet. Okay, so I think we can quickly go to the next event, which is we are going to have the innovators to just 2 minutes to speak to their innovation, and I'd like to be calling them one by one. I'm going to go to the chat room now to look at those people that have submitted their names there. Okay. Okay, I have Yusuf Aziz. Once I call your name, just take up the floor and speak to us in 2 minutes. So I'll be calling on you. Yusuf Aziz is good. She'll be talking on leveraging community pharmacy for improved vaccination coverage in Nigeria. So Yusuf Aziz, over to you. Just 2 minutes. Just let's have an interaction with you. Thank you.
All right. Good day, esteemed colleagues. My name is Aziz Yusuf Alarawaju. I'm a pharmacist that graduated from the University of Ibadan. The title of our innovation is Leveraging Community Pharmacies for Improved Vaccination Coverage in Nigeria. So our innovation addresses the challenges hindering the involvement of community pharmacies and pharmacists in vaccination services in Nigeria. We all know that the existing legal and regulatory constraints have limited their potential to immunization programs. However, we all still know that community pharmacists have played a very major vital role in the delivery of healthcare system in Nigeria, and we are one of the most trusted healthcare professionals in Nigeria. So the objective of our innovation is in twofold. Firstly, we want to demonstrate the positive impact of community pharmacies on vaccination coverage in Nigeria, because the essence before an innovation can be built, there has to be research, there has to be data that backs it up. So we conducted the research first, and the result from our research shows that we could go ahead. So our innovation is in twofold. Firstly, we demonstrated the positive impact of community pharmacies on vaccination coverage in Nigeria, and we drew insights from the COVID-19 experience. And secondly, we want to advocate for policy reforms recognizing community pharmacies in immunization service delivery, so that community pharmacies can actually be included in the regulatory framework and have necessary legal backup that allows them to deliver vaccination services. So a robust survey involving 474 community pharmacies in two southwestern states, namely Oyo State and Lagos, was performed. Our results revealed that a substantial response rate of 86.7%, emphasizing the engagement of community pharmacists. However, less than half of the respondents had undergone vaccination training, showcasing a potential area for improvement. Among those currently providing vaccination services, over half administer vaccines in their pharmacies, and key findings highlighted a notable surge in vaccination administration, particularly in response to the COVID-19 program. In initiatives led by pharmacy association leaders included advocacy efforts to position community pharmacies as primary care centers, continuous training programs, and the establishment of a vaccine advisory monitoring and evaluation committee for self-monitoring. Key informal interviews, because we also performed key informal interviews, underscored the need to formalize the understanding with the National Primary Healthcare Development Agency and the emphasized role of the National Council of Health in approving the inclusion of community pharmacies in vaccine policy. In conclusion, the training initiative by pharmacy associations has significantly increased the involvement of community pharmacists in vaccination services. The heightened participation in COVID-19, during the COVID-19, there was actually an increased participation of community pharmacists in the delivery of vaccination service. So the heightened increase in the heightened participation of in COVID-19 vaccination by these professionals has positively influenced vaccination rates in Nigeria. Recognition of community pharmacists as primary healthcare providers is deemed crucial in eliminating existing barriers to vaccination services. The innovation calls for government and policymakers support to formally integrate community pharmacists as vaccinators through legal frameworks and policies in Nigeria. The collaboration and support of community pharmacy associations, NGOs, and regulatory bodies have been, have been instrumental in advancing this initiative. So, in a nutshell, our innovation is trying to address the poor vaccination coverage rates that we have in Nigeria. And we all know that if vaccines don't get to the people that need them, it is not going to achieve its aim, because the essence of vaccines are to protect, are to prevent disease from coming up. So if vaccines don't get to the people that need them, there is actually no need of bringing the vaccines in the first place. So our innovation is trying to bring in policy reforms that would advocate for the involvement of community pharmacists and give them the legal backing and every
Can round
support
up now.
needed to include them in the vaccination service in Nigeria. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Pharmacist Yusuf Aziz, for your presentation. Obviously, you have shown us that what you did is to help enhance policy policy review to the extent that can accept community pharmacists as a vaccinator in our locality. Thank you so much, and a very good appreciation for your efforts. Now, I'm going to go to the next contestant, which is anti-pharmacist, that's Timei Ogumbi. Just 2 minutes. Let's have your view. I mean, let's speak to innovation. Thank you very much.
Thank you for having me on this platform. And I'm really grateful for this opportunity to talk about my innovation. It all began one day when a mother brought a near dead child to the pharmacy. And by the time I heard the story behind it, I knew this child was suffering from a complication of malaria, which was not detected on time. So I referred her to the hospital. And afterwards, that was the next day, I tried to follow up and I found out that that child died. Now, what was the story behind the child's death? Was that initially when the child was running a fever, she started giving teething mixtures. Of course, they contain paracetamol, and the temperature was coming down, but the child wasn't getting better because she felt it was teeth initially. Okay, fine, the temperature was coming down, but the child was not getting better after some time, and it continued like that. She started using several teething remedies until she came to the pharmacy, and last the child was dead. And I was like, this is a death that could have been prevented if this mother had known what to do or had a good understanding. So I was wondering what else could be done, because this was not the first time I had seen cases, but this was the worst. So I was wondering what could be done. And in my search for what one could do concerning this, I came across a statement on the WHO website which said that behind every preventable childhood disease is a disempowered mother. meaning a mother who has not been empowered with child health education. And I said, yes, that is it. I needed to go into child health education. So I started physical classes in my neighborhood where my community pharmacy is located. The first set were 10 mothers, second set we had 20 mothers, and we started doing that every quarter in 2019. Then 2020 came and the lockdown came up and we couldn't do physical classes. So the idea of going online came up, and that was how Elbert Mothers Community Project started on WhatsApp group, and we've grown to over 1,400 moms to date. And also, we've been able to train mothers. Over 200 of them have fully completed the program because a 3-month long program that we do on WhatsApp. Over 200 moms have successfully completed that program, and a lot of them attest to the fact that it has been a lifesaver. So that's basically what the Elbert Mothers Community Project is. We do the trainings, and every week we have regular educations on the WhatsApp platform, which has borne out so many courses, several online courses, like apart from the main one, the flagship one, which we call the Health Savvy Moms Project. Apart from that, we have little short courses that people take part in. Initially, they were free, but now we've evolved from having just a free one to something that is sustainable, because I got 4 other pharmacies, including myself, making 5 pharmacies on board, and we felt we should also have some, we should be remunerated. So we get paid for some of those short courses. That's what we do. I think, in a nutshell, I've been able to explain what the Elbert. Thank you.
Well, thank you so much, pharmacist Timain Ogungbe. Wonderful presentation and a great intervention at that level. I mean, that's one of the opportunity we have. If we don't come to this platform, we don't even know some of these things you are doing in your corner. But I believe strongly this is noteworthy. We appreciate you. So I'm going to go to the next contestant. That is Adebayo Israel for Future Pharmacy Initiative. So you have the floor, Israel Adebayo.
Okay. Good evening, sir. And standing on the existing protocols, I would like to introduce myself. I am pharmacist Israel Adebayo, recently inducted and graduate from the University of Dayton. So I'm presenting Future Pharmacy Initiative. The background of the Future Pharmacy Initiative is centered around the problems and challenges we are facing in the pharmacy profession, which I believe we are all aware. I mean, we're all pharmacists here. But the problems that strike us while innovating the Future Pharmacy Initiative was, number one, the problem of perception of our roles as pharmacists. When the public don't understand the roles of pharmacists, they are not open to receive whatever advice, whatever counseling we are trying to give them, whatever professional services we are trying to offer, like pharmaceutical care. It also, not just only the general public, even the medical doctors and all other professionals. And the other problems that was striking to us before we started the Future Pharmacy Initiative was the problem of, I'll call it poor zeal that we saw among young pharmacists and pharmacy students towards the profession, right? Nobody, only few people are passionate about the pharmacy profession. Only few people are passionate about capacity development as pharmacists. I mean, and we know how this is important towards building pharmacy workforce that can better serve the society. And that is why we founded the Future Pharmacy Initiative. So why are we in existence? The aim of the Future Pharmacy Initiative is solely pharmacy advocacy, pharmacy professional advocacy, that is towards better recognition, better practice, and overall for a better healthcare system. Our vision is to see a pharmacy profession, that a transformed pharmacy profession that is well respected by the public and deemed irreplaceable, and also a profession that is able to maximize its potentials. We have hidden potentials as medication experts, as the custodians of drugs, but we know that the environment is restrictive. So we aim towards a profession whose potentials are well maximized for the furtherance of better healthcare delivery. to the patient. So we have a lot of activities, a lot of programs and projects through which we achieve these goals. Number one is our Pharma Talk series. Pharma Talk is a platform that we created to bring all young pharmacists and students all together every 2 months to discuss pressing issues regarding the profession. We bring experts, senior pharmacists who will talk on particular issues, and from that discussion we can address particular problems facing the profession and bring out solutions towards for those problems. We have the ICW, and the purpose of the ICW is to expose pharmacy students and young pharmacists to the various career paths. Through this program, the ICW is intensive career workshop. Through this program, we are able to bring experts, those who have done so well in their various career fields, both the traditional fields and non-traditional, to discuss with these upcoming and young pharmacists, show them the way to become XM, to achieve an excellent career in their respective field. And the reason why this is important is a young professional who knows their career path, who knows where they are going, will be more passionate about building capacities and skills that are necessary for performing excellently. It is aimed towards building a well-capable workforce for the pharmacy profession. We have to become an understanding pharmacy student, where we train and expose pharmacists. The one we had this year, we had over 1,400 pharmacy students and young pharmacists across 15 countries, that is in Africa, Asia, and Europe. And we expose pharmacy students to the necessity of building a career right from school, not just only focusing on academics, but they can start building their way, right from school. We have our pharmacy professional advocacy campaign. It's a nationwide campaign where we go to the marketplaces, go to meet the members of the public physically to enlighten them about the pharmacy profession, about various key aspects such as drug misuse, antimicrobial resistance, and a lot of things, to boost their confidence in pharmacists, to understand the roles of pharmacists. And all of this is just to promote the pharmacy profession, right, to the public. We have different arms. We have our community, and the purpose of the community is to build passionate pharmacy advocates who are also passionate about capacity development. We have a global community in 7 countries in Africa, and local campus communities, that is physical communities in 7 schools, to achieve this aim, basically. So the summary of all we do at the Future Pharmacy Initiative is pharmacy advocacy to improve the recognition, right? And to also advocate through various means to relevant authorities for favorable policies that will promote pharmacy practice, and to build pharmacy students, to build young pharmacists to be more passionate about the profession, to develop themselves, to become experts in their fields. We are all fighting about pharmaceutical care. We want the system, we want policies to embrace pharmaceutical care, but how equipped are we to perform if we are given that chance? To perform in the clinical settings, to perform in industry, to perform in public health, how equipped are we? That is what the Future Pharmacy Initiative is here for, to make this vision, really achieved, so that the pharmacy profession gets to that point of high recognition, high respect, or should I say reputation, and a profession that is able to maximize its full potentials in pursuance of a better healthcare delivery. Thank you very much. And once again, I would like to also thank the organizers of this amazing project for giving us this opportunity to present our visions and to encourage us on various ways to improve on it. Thank you very much. And thank you, sir, Ajibade.
Yeah, thank you so much, Fam Israel Adebayo, for wonderful presentation. Obvious, if you don't come to this platform, we may not know some great works are going on underneath. And this is welcome. This is commendable. We appreciate you. So I'm going to be talking on the next person who's going to be speaking, and that is Pharmacist Adeleke Adekunle, and submitted on mental health in transit. So Pharmacist Adekunle, over to you.
Good afternoon, everyone. I would like to ask permission to present a slide. It's a very, very short. I think it's going to be helpful for me to make my presentation.
Good afternoon.
You can go ahead.
Thank you.
Pharmacist Iyaboluya, you're raising up your hand. You have something to offer, to comment on? Okay. Please go ahead, Pharmacist Adekunle.
Yes. Please, can you see my screen?
Yes, we can see your screen.
Yes,
Yes.
we can see it.
Thank you very much. I am pharmacist Adeleke Adekunle. I'm a pharmacist, obviously, and I've been practicing for about 3 years. Mental health in transit, young pharmacists take action. That is my innovation. And this idea came up this year so I'm going to start with my why mental health in transit. So first things first, my personal experience. So with my recent job, prior to now, I usually work from home. So this year I started working to the office. So it made me engage with a lot of transport workers, a lot of downfall buses, a lot of Uber riders, a lot of all of Okada and all of those things. So my conversation with them just made me realize that these particular people are experiencing life differently. Like these people are many of them are stuck in traffic from morning to night. They suffer from noise pollution, they suffer from substance abuse because of the amount of substances they have to take. Many of them abuse Panadol extra, many of them abuse alcohol just to go through the stress of the day. So it just inspired me to start this initiative, mental health in transit. Of course, transit means like the transport community and all those things. I was fortunate to have interned at the Federal Neuropsychiatric Hospital at Yaba, so I have a lot of experience with like mental health, and my experience this year just made me find a niche in the transport community. I just want us to know that mental health affects everyone, and in fact, about 25% of Nigerians would suffer a mental health issue at least once in their life. That means if we are 50 in this room, about 13 of us would experience a mental health condition at least once in our lives. So that shows how important mental health is. And like I said, my niche is transport workers and the transport communities because of my experience of navigating the transport system this past year. So why the transport community? Their job-related stress. Like I said, they face a lot of stress. Is it traffic? Is it substance abuse? Is it their personal trauma? I don't know if anybody has been on the bus and the driver is talking about his wife or his children, how many school fees and all those things. And yet these people have to actively be on the road. Imagine being in a ride where the driver is a substance abuse addict. Like we have to trust our life with these people. So it's important for us to prioritize the lives of these people. That is why we are doing this mental health in transit in innovation. And of course, to avoid related accidents and trauma, a drunk driver or a depressed driver, it's not only his life that is at stake, the lives of people on the road are at stake, the lives of so many people are at stake. And most importantly, a supportive work community. We all take transport system. I don't think there's any, even if you have your car at some point, even if you have your car, you're even a member of this initiative because of you're technically a transport worker. But like what I'm just trying to say is that like every one of us is affected by these people, and it's important for us to prioritize their mental health in such a way that it is optimal and they're able to work effectively. So we had our initiative. It started on October 7th, 2023. So we are barely 3 months old, and we've had one physical outreach and multiple online outreaches. These are pictures from the last outreach. And during that outreach, we had a direct outreach of where we talked to over 300 transport workers. Like I said, young pharmacists are the ones that were part of this initiative. They are mental health advocates that have been trained on mental health. Some of them also interned with me at the Federal Neuropsychiatric Hospital. We also had indirect outreach to over 1,000 individuals because we had a bus rally moving from points to points around the Ojota axis. We gave over 500 welfare packages distributed, including mental health supplements. It's very important to know that supplements can really help our mood. So somebody that takes a lot of amino acids, someone that takes a lot of all these supplements could have an improved mood rather than abusing a lot of these medications. Collaborations and partnership with companies like FeedSins, Lamata. Lamata is the government transport workers. And all of these were achieved in 3 months. That's to show that we've actually achieved a lot of things since October 7th. Thank you. Remember to follow us on Instagram at Mental Health in Transit. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you so much, Pharmacist Adekunle. This is a wonderful engagement. I mean, this is good. This is good because it talks to the life of everybody on the road out there, and this is also a wonderful opportunity to have you on Pharmacist Affairs Group Innovation Award, because we now understand that this is happening, and people can actually follow you also. I know in this meeting this afternoon there are some other people, because we had seven innovators that submitted, though four of them only scaled to the final stage. But we're still going to give opportunity to them to speak to us. If you are here and you submitted anything for the award, you can quickly just signify. I know there's a PMP. Is PMP on this call? Pharmacy, my profession. Is Nova, that's a AI initiative for drug prescription. Is he on this call? And also leveraging AI for teaching and academic work. Professor Adiku, are you on this call, sir? Okay. Seems it's like the other people are not here. And I want to know if we have Dr. Ilomwaya in the room. Dr. Ayorinde John, are you in the room? Okay. Well, let me at this juncture just give one or two opportunity for maybe comments. One or two comments from the audience. You have had the four innovations that actually go to the stage, the final stage, and you have something you want to ask as a question, because there's an opportunity. You have heard what they are doing, and your contribution at this point may also help them to reshape what they are doing. So if you have something to ask any one of them, please just raise your electronic hand. I'll give you an opportunity to speak at this time. So you have something to speak to any of the four innovations that have been presented to us, just signify with your raise of a hand, and I will give you the opportunity to speak. Anyone want to talk? You have a question you want to ask? Oh, good. I have someone, Oyemurewa Babayode. Please unmute and speak to us. Then followed by Wickets Sunday. So Oyemurewa Babayode, just unmute and speak to us. Yeah, good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
Yes, my questions goes to, first of all, I would like to thank everyone that has been speaking on so far. They've really spoken well, and it's really wonderful presentation. Thank you all. I'm a young pharmacist. I'm still in school. I'm not yet a pharmacist. I'm a pharmacy student. So I'm in terminal level. So I just want to ask, I have a question for the person that just spoke, Ms. Pharmacist Adeleke Adekunle. You spoke about mental health, and it's one of the area I'm actually interested in. I just want to ask if you are you partner with ADMAP, anti-drug misuse and abuse programs. And I think if yes, that's very good. But if no, I would like you to partner in various universities so that we could actually stretch for the good work you're doing all over the university arena as well. Because there are a lot of students too that are actually in need of mental awareness and stuff like that. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Babayode. Now, Uket Sunday, just unmute and speak to us. Uket Sunday.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
We can hear you.
Thank you so much for presenters for the presentation this afternoon. I just have a question to the last persons that spoke. First is pharmacist Adeleke on mental health in transit. I want to ask how they intend to sustain the project of mental health in transit, because from presentation I get to know that it's in Lagos for now. And for pharmacist Adebayo Israel, I want to know the impact, like FPI, is it in Nigeria, in other countries, the target population, and that's just what I want to know.
Okay, thank you. So I'll give the room to the two of the presenters, that's Mr. Adeleke and Israel, to respond to those two questions. So to Mr. Adeleke first, just make a response to the first two, to the comments.
Yeah, thank you very much for the question. Well, mental health in transit is specific to transport workers. So the outreaches that we are going to be doing would be specific to transport workers, whether it's rail, ship. We're trying to explore to as many transport workers as possible. So the train station would reach them, the Okada people, the Uber riders, even if it gets to airports or the airlines, we don't mind. Our target is just like transport workers. However, as an individual, I am a mental health advocate, and I even partner with Fermental. I don't know if you know about Fermental Initiative. They are more targeted to students, and even I've spoken to various schools. I think I had one with COOU, and even in February, I'm also a speaker for University of Ibadan. So Fermental Initiative, I think they have one in each school. I'm going to confirm that, but I think they have one of all those Fermental initiatives in each of the pharmacy schools in Nigeria. So they've reached out to me multiple times to speak to their students on mental health. You're very correct. Talking about mental health, talking about substance abuse is very, very essential. But mental health in transit is just focused on transport workers. However, as an individual, like there's no limit to who we reach out to. Thank you very much.
Thank you. So let's go to pharmacist Israel Adebayo.
Okay. Thank you, Sunday, for the question. So about our impact, yes, while the Future Pharmacy Initiative started in Nigeria because we, the founders and the founding team, are from Nigeria, our impact has expanded beyond Nigeria to reach other African countries. Like I said, we have a community of pharmacists, young pharmacists and pharmacy students in other African countries. Like we have in Rwanda, no, we have in Ghana, we have in Zambia, we have six other countries aside Nigeria, anyways. And also we have programs that people from other countries attend. I mean, one thing I noticed is that most of these young pharmacists from other countries, seeing what we are doing here in Nigeria, they love what we are doing because it's not also there, it's not also in their country. What the problems we're having in Nigeria, they are similar to what they face in other African countries. So that is what encouraged us to even spread our impact beyond Nigeria to all these other African countries and even beyond. So yes, our impact expands beyond just Nigeria to other. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. And I think we may not be able to take more than that so that we run according to our timing. So now I will call on pharmacist Onedo, Titile Onedo FPSN, to introduce our guests, special guest of honor today, pharmacist Oluwakomu. He's already in the room, and I'm going to be spotlighting him now. So pharmacist Akomu, please kindly put on. Do you want to put on your camera?
It's on already.
Oh, great. Oh, great. So, Mrs. Onedo, over to you.
Thank you, Chairman. Good afternoon, everyone. And let me join others in wishing all of us compliments of the season. This afternoon is a great pleasure and honor for me to be reading the abridged citation of our special guest of honor in this special event. Olu Akomu is an executive in residence at the Lagos Business School. He was until recently president and co-CEO of OPay Nigeria, one of the Nigeria's largest fintech platforms with unicorn valuation. He has an unusual diverse C-level strategic leadership experience across several industries, including healthcare, FMCG, telecommunications, banking, fintech, and non-profit industries, with a track record of growing and scaling businesses successfully across these industries. Pharmacist Akomu was Executive Director, Retail Banking at First City Monument Bank. He was once Chief Marketing Officer at Airtel Nigeria, Managing Executive Retail Banking at former bank PHB, was once General Manager Consumer Marketing MTN Nigeria, and Client Service Director Insight Communications, which is Africa's largest advertising agency. He was also Chief Operating Officer at Society for Family Health and Population Services International, that is based in Nigeria and South Africa, and Marketing Manager at former Glaxo Nigeria. Olu Akomu holds a Bachelor of Pharmacy degree from the University of Ife. He has a master's degree in Business Administration from the Lagos State University and a distinction in the Management Advancement Program of the University of Witwatersrand Business School in South Africa. He holds a postgraduate certificate in business research methods from Heriot-Watt University Business School in Edinburgh, United Kingdom. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Pharmacist Olu Akomu.
You are welcome,
You're
sir.
welcome, sir.
You are welcome, sir.
Thank you for honoring us with your presence.
You're welcome, sir.
More
Thank you.
achievement for you. Compliments of the season.
You're welcome,
You're
sir.
welcome, sir.
Thank you.
Welcome, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, it's a
Thank
great
you.
privilege to have you. And in another 20 minutes, we wanted to share your life experience with us with the sole aim to encourage the young minds that are on this platform this afternoon. And for many of us who still have a lot of opportunity ahead of us. So we'll be giving you the opportunity to speak to us for 20 minutes. And I believe strongly at the end of this 20 minutes encounter, many of us will have reason to reorientate the way we want to continue to see life. So welcome on board, Mrs. Luakomo. You can take over the screen now.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon, brothers and sisters, ladies and gentlemen. It's an honor and a privilege to speak with you. First, let me commend you that on your commitment to learning, because on a day like this, when a lot of people are chopping rice and chicken, you devote time to about learning. Already by your being here on a day like this, you've demonstrated a firm commitment to success. Because commitment to learning is one of the most important foundational ingredients of life success. So I commend you for being here. I will share briefly with you some of the things you might have heard before. Is the talk I gave at the 60th anniversary to pharmacy students at the University of Ife, just I think it was in October. I will just summarize it in that some of these I talked about in that video. Then maybe we have an opportunity to engage on some of them, because during that session there was not a time for Q&A. maybe with you today, we can have a Q&A on some of the things I talked about. So I'll just summarize them very quickly, and hopefully we can take some interactions and questions which I think may illuminate some of the things I want to talk about. So I talked about learning. And what I spoke about, and which I'll be sharing with you again, is the 9 lessons for my career trajectory. 9 lessons for my own career trajectory. And the first lesson is what I started with, is learning. Life opportunities, lesson number 1. The opportunities of life will not present itself to you in the way you expect. Let me repeat that. The opportunity of life will not present itself the way you expect. My apologies, I'm speaking from the car because I'm actually attending Owambe. But I've told Farmers Ajibade that I will come out of the program to speak with you. So if the ambience is not perfect, please just manage. The first thing is that opportunities of life will not present themselves to you in the way you expect. When I was graduating, if anyone ever told me I would do banking, telecoms, fintech, I couldn't believe it. It was not in my widest imagination. The best you want to be is, okay, you join Glaxo like I did. Over time, you became a med rep, area manager. Maybe you become an MD of Glaxo one day. But life sometimes does not present itself the way you expect. And that's one lesson this generation has to prepare for. You have to adapt to opportunities of life. If you cannot adapt, you are not going to be able to travel far. The dinosaur was the strongest animal in his generation, but he failed to live long because he could not adapt. Do not be a career dinosaur. The way things are changing, technology, Nigeria, economy, many things. What you study, what you finish with may not be what you will use in that building your career. That is the lesson of my own career. Life opportunities will not present itself the way you expect. You can only travel far only if you develop what is called adaptive skills, adaptive learning skills. You have to adaptively learn to take advantage of the opportunities in your environment. Lesson number 2 is that there are opportunities in the challenges and the crises that life will present to you, will throw at you. Today we are talking about devaluation of Naira, expensive medicines, everything. But it's not the first time this is happening. In my generation, in the late 80s, I think in the late 80s and early 90s, during Babangida's time, Naira was devalued from 1 Naira to 35 Naira. Exactly what is happening today happened. Medicines became more expensive. The Roche, the Swifast, all of them left Nigeria because prescription medicines became 5, 6, 7 times more expensive. The market for pharmaceutical industry shrank. As the market for pharmaceutical industry shrank, also meant that opportunities in the pharmaceutical industry shrank, as you are having today in your generation. But somehow, by God's grace, not by anything, by grace and by adaptive skills, many people in my generation ask ourselves the question, what else could we do? But in my case, because I learned marketing in the pharmaceutical industry, I started from sales, but I was always very attracted to the ways in which my marketing manager used to present graphs and marketing plans and so on. So I began to learn marketing in the pharmaceutical industry and learn marketing. That marketing now became the bridge that enabled me to cross from pharmaceutical industry to Society of Family Health, because I was able to cross using marketing and the sales skills that I learned in pharmaceutical industry to join Society for Family Health, which was more or less like a consumer goods marketing company in health. And I joined Society for Family Health as National Sales Manager. I did not stay in the pharmaceutical industry. If I stayed in the pharmaceutical industry, the opportunities would have become more narrower. Maybe, in fact, I would have retired long ago. And the combination of the marketing skills that I learned in the pharmaceutical industry plus the sales management skills that I learned enabled me to use that core to go into advertising. And from advertising in Gray, advertising in Insama Communications, I joined MTN. So marketing was my core that enabled me to cross. I stepped from pharmacy, but I learned marketing on the side. That market became the bridge that allowed me to cross. So the opportunities in the challenges and that life may throw at you. If the pharmaceutical industry did not have the problem it had at that time, as it is happening today, I might never have discovered that I could ever do anything beyond pharmacy in my life. Today, I have done banking, I've done fintech. That's because of the challenge of that time. So when there are challenges, there may be opportunities within it. Number 3 is that to travel very far, you must have a very high level of curiosity, self and environmental awareness to know the opportunities around you and adapt to them to ride the wave. You see, pharmacists, we are very brilliant people. We score one of the highest degrees in JAMB. But there's a problem with pharmacy, and I keep telling a lot of our lecturers and your generation. Pharmacy has suppressed the potential of several generations of people. The way we are trained, you don't do anything that's going on campus. You go to campus, you go to the faculty at 9, you leave at 6. You don't know what is going on around you. Your environmental awareness is very low. Your sense of curiosity about what is going on is very low. In fact, as a pharmacy student, you are not supposed to be aware of what is going on around you. It has created cocoon pharmacists, people with cocoon thinking, who carried out this cocoon mentality after school. The only friends they have are pharmacists. The doctors, the friends they have are pharmacists, and their enemies are doctors. Everything in their life about pharmacists and doctors. They don't know what is going on around you. The combination of lack of curiosity about what is going on in your environment and lack of self-awareness about how much you are worth as a potential, as a pharmacist, has become a double jeopardy that has killed the potential of several generations of pharmacists. The people who do sociology, nursing, they will go and join UNICEF, they will join public health, they will join banking, they will travel very far. You scored a higher grade than them in JAMB. But over time, pharmacy did not allow you or suppress you from knowing how much you are worth. Your self-awareness of your worth relative to others has become diminished. You don't even know how much you are worth anymore. So the combination of lack of self-awareness, how much you are worth, your brilliance, versus the lack of awareness, curiosity about the environment around you has created a situation where people graduated and they continue to live a cocoon life, and the opportunity of life missed them by. They don't know the opportunities around them. It's important that you break out of that cocoon and break out to tap into the wider opportunities of your environment. Do not be a cocoon pharmacist. One of the most profound encounters which I had in the course of my journey was talking to a KPMG partner many years back at a cocktail. I was in family health. And we were telling him that, all those guys in Lever Brothers, we are more brilliant than them. What are they doing? We know marketing. Pharmacists were more brilliant than them. And that guy, Kunle Bute, said to me that day, he said, it's a free labor market. He said to about 3 or 4 pharmacists, if you know you are worth more, move. It's a free labor market. You are worth what you are paid. In a free labor market, if you are being paid 100,000 naira a month, that's what you are worth. If you know you are worth more than that, move. Tap into the wider opportunities of life and tap into it and do the right things to learn how to get into the wider opportunities of life where you can be paid much better. You are worth that thing. Continues to run. You are worth what you are paid. So don't lament it. Do something about it. Learn where are the bigger opportunities. If the profession is killing, is cocooning your potential, break forth out of it. Number 4, to continuously learn and adaptively learn, you have to know what you don't know. That is also related to curiosity. You have to continuously learn and adaptively learn. You have to know what you don't know. Knowledge is what you know, but real superior knowledge is knowing what you don't know. When you don't know what you don't know, you will not know what you need to know and the actions you need to take to know what you don't know. Let me repeat that. When you don't know what you don't know, you will not know what you need to know and the actions you need to take to know what you don't know. Please reflect on that. Real superior knowledge is not what you know. The real superior knowledge is knowing what you don't know and the actions you need to take to know what you don't know. Number 5, build adjacent knowledge to your core knowledge and continuously expand your adjacent knowledge in response to life opportunities. Your adjacent knowledge will become the knowledge bridge that will enable you to cross to new territories. I've spoken about this very briefly, that my core knowledge when I started was pharmacy, but I learned marketing as adjacent knowledge to pharmacy in Glaxo. That marketing became the knowledge bridge that enabled me to cross to advertising. That marketing became the knowledge bridge that enabled me to cross to telecoms. When I was in telecoms, I learned retail. Retail telecoms. I learned strategy. That retail that I learned and strategy I learned in telecoms enabled me to cross to retail banking. When I was retail banking, in banking, I learned technology. That technology enabled me to cross to fintech. So don't cocoon your knowledge. Build your core knowledge, but also build adjacent knowledge. In everything that you are doing, there's an adjacent knowledge to your core knowledge. Expand your knowledge horizon. That your adjacent knowledge, that may be different from your core knowledge, may be the bridge, the knowledge bridge that we're able to join and cross to bigger opportunities of life oceans of opportunities. Number 6, you cannot be bigger than your industry. Your salary and your compensation, your pricing as a pharmacist is a function of the size of the pharmaceutical industry, the demand and the supply of pharmacists. If pharmaceutical industry is small, the compensation of pharmacists will be small if you are in it, unless you do something different, unless you do your own pharmacy in a different way. You cannot be bigger than your industry. Your salary is an economic issue. The size is the demand. The supply is the number of pharmacists that graduate, and today we have Okigwe University, everybody graduating pharmacists within a small pool. Wages will continue to go down if the industry is not expanding and more pharmacists are coming out. So you need to do something about it. Don't lament it. Do something for yourself. You cannot be bigger than your industry. Your salary and your long-term compensation is as a pharmacist, a function of the size of the pharmaceutical industry and the supply of pharmacists that are coming out every year. Number 7, even if you stay in the pharmaceutical industry, and please, I'm not saying everybody should leave, but some of you should stay. But even if you stay in the pharmaceutical industry, unless you are exposed to business practices and knowledge outside the pharmaceutical industry, you are likely to just be a regular pharmacist. The pharmacists that are doing very well today, there's a pattern that you see. And I gave 2 examples. Chris Aime, the owner of Net Pharmacy, one of the fastest growing chain of pharmacy shops today. Chris Aime used to be a med rep in Sterling. He was in Promasidor Cowbell as marketing manager. He learned marketing. He learned segmentation. Then he was in Bank PHB. He was head of segment at Bank PHB. He took all those knowledge from, and also he was in Globalcom, in telecoms. He took all those knowledge back to pharmacy to go and scale the business which is founded many years back. Net Pharmacy is now one of the fastest growing pharmaceutical companies, pharmacy chains in around Nigeria. So even if you stay in the pharmaceutical industry, unless you are exposed to business practices and knowledge outside the pharmaceutical industry, you are likely to just be a regular pharmacist. That is, if you continue to live that cocoon life in which your friends are pharmacists and your enemies are doctors, and you don't know any other thing, you just be a regular guy. And you will not be big, you will not be different, just be that guy that just sitting behind a small cubicle while you are calling yourself a managing director. But life is far bigger than that because you are far brilliant than that small place. See, the world is for you to conquer. Number 8, the technology industry is 100 times bigger than the pharmaceutical industry and is still growing. The opportunities in the technology industry will well surpass pharma. Learn technology skills and join the wave. It will make you to travel further than what pharmaceutical industry will give you. Let me repeat that. The tech industry is 100 times bigger than the pharmaceutical industry, and it's still growing. The opportunities in tech industry will well surpass pharma. Learn tech skills and join the wave. It will make you to travel further than what pharmaceutical industry will give you. 7 out of the 10 biggest companies in the world today by market capitalization in terms of revenues, future revenues, are tech companies. 1 is an oil company and 1 is a finance company. Only 1 out of the top 10. Only 1 out of the top 10 is Eli Lilly. It's a pharmaceutical company. And if you look at a company like Apple is worth $2.7 trillion. It is 10 times the size of Eli Lilly. Microsoft is 5 times the size of Eli Lilly. But what's more interesting is that Eli Lilly, the biggest pharmaceutical company in the world by market cap, is 147 years old. Apple is just a 47-year-old company. So you see, Apple, that is 1/3 the age of Eli Lilly, is worth 5 times the value of Eli Lilly. That tells you where the world is going. Let me repeat that. Apple, that is 1/3 the age of Eli Lilly, is worth 5 times the size of the biggest pharmaceutical company in the world by market cap. That tells you where the world is going. It is your decision to want to tap into it or to just want to continue to lament. Take action today and ensure that you be the best that you can be. Let me keep it at that so that we can take questions. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening to me. Thank you. I wish you well.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I believe this is a wonderful session, big eye-opening. And I'm going to give just 3 people opportunity to ask questions, because if we give people room to ask questions, we may be here for the rest of the day. So if you want to ask questions, just raise up your hand. And I'm only going to call first 3 people just to ask questions. And the reason why I'm giving you that opportunity is just to domicile some of the things he has said. Perhaps there are some things you need some clarity on. So I'm going to give the room to pharmacist Iroko Ademola. Just 1 minute. Just for your question. Thank you. You can unmute, sir.
Good afternoon, Mr. Salamon, and I love your presentation. What amuses me most is the transverse way from one sector to the other, and your presentation is quite very okay. Please, I just want to encourage you by asking, how are you managing your family life with the transversing all over? So that's all. Thank you.
Thank you. It's not different from the way anyone will manage family life. You, even as a pharmacist, you are busy. You are my colleagues in the pharmaceutical industry. You travel. You have to go to, if you're a national sales manager, you go to Kano, you go to Kaduna. It's the same thing. The difference is you need to organize how you organize everything, and have a supportive spouse. That is very, very important. So it shouldn't be, family should not be an excuse in terms of the opportunities, in terms of how far we can travel. The two of them can go together. There are a lot of people who have had both. It is what you do, and also I think the other thing is the quality of time. If you come back from work and you got a Saturday morning, spend that Saturday morning helping your children to do assignments so that they know dad is around and you can catch up with them in the week. So the quality of time you also spend is also very material. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. I go to Glorizona Ibe. Just unmute and speak to us.
Okay, thank you very much, Pharmacist Abiodun, and thank you very much, Pharmacist Tolu. Very insightful and very eye-opening. For me, I'm actually challenged by your transversing of various sectors. I have done just a bit of that transversing, but my question is actually narrowed down on the tech industry, which you talked about. If you could just elaborate more on the skills which you mentioned, because I'm actually having a liking for that transversing. So if you could just be more elaborate on the skills in which one could venture into. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Very good question. There are so many. If you are already using data, for example, things like Excel, or you are using things like PowerPoint, you already one leg into tech. It's not as difficult as we think. Things like data analysis and business analysis are already one leg already into tech. What you just now need to do is to learn it in the context of specific industry. Is it banking? Is it fintech? The same principle. I know we are very brilliant people. The same thing that we've learned in statistics, in mathematics, trajectory. These are the same principles that have been applied in a different context. When you are a med rep and you go to a sales conference and they say, oh, sales are down. They say, what's the analysis? Because of this indication, is 30%. Same principle. Now, so things like data analysts are in demand. business intelligence, BI. People will use BI to analyze data. UI, UX design, designing of apps. Even if it's got to be Microsoft, go and learn Microsoft certification. They are all there, and there are many areas where this has been done. The other thing is that there are courses online, Coursera, Udemy, where you can sit in your house and learn many of these things. Pay a little bit of $30, $40. You can begin to learn some of these things right at home over the weekend, rather than be some of our young people jumping all over the place. Coursera, Udemy, they are all online. Today, many of the things in my generation, many of the things you have access to, we do not have it. When we see a book on strategy, we have to photocopy it. We photocopy it, the book will be like a block, because there was no other way. Everything are online. Your generation, you have internet. Make sure you use it, and some of them are even free. So those are the things. They also make friends. We also talk about your network. Who are your friends? You can only travel far at first grace of God, what you know and who you know. If all your friends are your pharmacists and your enemies are doctors, you will not know what is going on. Our young people should have friends who are in fintech, who are in Flutterwave, who are in Moneypoint, who are in OPay. Because it's when you have those kind of friends that will say, what are you guys doing? And let me introduce me to it. So build friends beyond pharmacy. The challenge of our life in school, where everybody we know, all our friends are in pharmacy school, and we don't know any other person. Let us also break it. Connect to people as a pharmacy in these tech industries, and they will show you the way. Thank you, sir. Can we take a lady? Inclusive society.
Well, no lady has shown up here. Or you're a lady, now the popular request. If you're a lady, we are going to give you the opportunity to speak. Because the next person I'm seeing is up here is a man. So a lady in the room, please, we want to give you the opportunity to speak. So it's a privilege. And
the managing director of Glaxo of GTB today, Miriam Olusoya, is a pharmacist. She graduated from University of Ibadan. So just telling the ladies, you can become anything. MD of GT Bank, Miriam Olusoya, graduated from a pharmacist, graduated from University of Ibadan. Maybe you inspire one of the ladies to ask questions.
Okay, I think I have two ladies that have shown up. Taiwo Olawehimi.
Oh, Taiwo. Hello, Taiwo. How are you?
I'm very well. Thank you, sir. Good afternoon. And thank you for the great posts you always share on LinkedIn. I always look forward to your posts on LinkedIn.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you for such a phenomenal session, inspiring as always. So my question really is to ask, what would you say has been successful? What would you say has been the staying power for your transsectoral success? So you have moved from one sector to another, and you have garnered tremendous success across board. What would you say has been responsible for that staying power and transsectoral success thus far, especially for young people like me, who are early career professionals and who are trying to gain that career clarity so that we can maximize the experiences and the opportunities that we have in this age? Thank you, sir.
Very good question. Let me describe it like this. If you're in a sector and you are trying to go up and you are hitting barriers, try and move sideways, whether that may be a path to continue your journey up. Sometimes if you are in an industry or in a sector and you are doing the same thing in your core area that you are doing, even if you have moved sideways before and you are no longer traveling far, maybe it's a time to ask yourself, do I need to learn something new that is complementary to what I am doing? Let me repeat that, because that's something that I missed. When I say adaptive learning and adjacent knowledge to your core, it does not mean learning in a scattered way all over the place. Learn in a way in which there is a complement of skills that you are building. So, for example, I did pharmacy, I learned marketing. Marketing, I learned retail. Retail led me to retail banking. I learned strategy, I learned technology. All of those strands of skills, they complement themselves. So maybe the question is, if one is in a trade, you have been moving gradually every 3 years or every 2 years, then suddenly you find that things are slowing down. Maybe that's the time to ask, do I need to learn something new? Is my skills getting narrow? Do I need to learn something to commit what I'm learning so that I can move faster? And if you do that, you ask about staying power. If you are continuously curious about learning and you continuously adapt to learning, you will, in fact, you never know time is going, because the excitement of learning something new will just keep driving you on in what you do. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Well, can we give one more person the opportunity to ask you a question? Okay, let me see. Okay, Precious Iroko.
Let me see my hand up.
All right. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Thank you very much for your lecture. I really enjoyed this. So, I'm a student, a pharmacy student from the University of Ibadan, 400 level. So, you said something about how we are limited and we're not given the opportunity to dive into other things, because basically from 8 to 6, sometimes 7 p.m. we're trying to cover up for classes. So what's your advice to students like me in diving into other things or delving into? And you are right about us not knowing what's going on around campus, because there are sometimes I'll just be like, oh, I don't even know what's going on in this part of this school and all. So, like, what's your advice? How do we manage our time to, or get involved with other things? How do we go about those kind of stuff? Thank you. That's my question.
It's a tricky question. When I gave my response last time, so a question like this many years back, the PSN chairman of Houston was saying, no, pharmacy student just face pharmacy. But the result of such response is what we see today, where a lot of potentials are suboptimized. I will advise, I know it's hard to be a pharmacy student, but do your very best to pay attention, to make friends in social sciences. People who, in faculty of law, attend 1 or 2 symposia. And economics, learn economics. These are the little things that matter. Because even if you are not learning it as fast enough, the fact that you are showing interest will help you. It is a determination to say, I will not be a cocoon pharmacist. Because just make up your mind. I will pay. Some of us in pharmacy, I don't know whether campus is like that. We used to have what we call democracy war, where people those days, they would write articles by hand and paste it or something. You probably still have those days. Pharmacy students will go past notice board. Even in front of them, they will not see what is on it. It's not a question of time. It is a mindset. The fact that they just don't think any other thing is relevant to them except their books. Even when they have a law student or economic student in there as roommate, they are not even learning anything about what are you guys doing. When they are discussing, they don't even pay attention. So I'm not sure even it's a function of time. It's a mindset issue. And break out of it. Don't let what your teachers are saying. Don't let what our teachers are saying. Don't let them determine. Because if our teachers are right, pharmacists will have traveled much further. The ways in which we have been taught has killed the potential of so many people who could have traveled very far. If Miriam Olusoya has been a pharmacist, she probably would best be maybe a deputy chief pharmacist somewhere in one hospital today. But look at where she is. She broke forth. She probably joined consulting. When she came out of school, she did not say, I'm going to join something, Glaxo. She probably went to join KPMG. That's the kind of mindset. Many of us don't even know what is called KPMG or Atwan Nancy when we are coming out of school, because it's not the only thing we know is Glaxo and Roche. That's where it starts. Know what is called McKinsey. McKinsey is a consulting firm. That's how you know the network. If all your friends, I keep saying, if all your friends are pharmacists and your enemies are doctors, you will not travel very far. That's where we have to start the networking that we build up from school. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much. I think this is a very wonderful session. Okay, Pharmacist Oseni, 1 minute, just say something to us. PhD Oseni, Dr.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Oluakoma. I'm very fascinated with all the every bit of your words, the quotations and all that. I think they were all true, and they are all food for thought. I don't I the only thing I want is that, anyway, I think I missed that at OAU at 60. I will not mind to have a copy of this recording. I want to listen to it and give it to my children also, who are all coming out of university, to listen to it. I think it's worth transferring to this generation, so that they will not be just straight jackets and all that in their thoughts. Thank you very much for the presentation.
Thank you, madam. If you go on YouTube,
Okay.
Oluwakomo channel, you see that OAU presentation lecture there. 9 lessons for my career trajectory is there. Okay. Then I also have a podcast. You can access it from anywhere. Olu's file. Olu apostrophe S files. One of the podcasts that will be useful there is continuous and adaptive learning for good careers. Continuous and adaptive learning for good careers on Olu's Files podcast. These are some of the things that also expatiates on the things which I've talked about. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, everybody that have asked questions. Unfortunately, it might be challenging to take further questions because it might unduly drag this our session, which we wanted to close before 5. And one thing I can say is that we have very good use of our time today. As a pharmacy student in school, if I was able to understand some of the things that I learned this afternoon, I know I'll be better than who I am today. Because that time, to go to SUB is a crime. To associate with any club in the school is a problem. Even when you dress gorgeously, your lecturer will be putting eyes on you, making you see as if you're an unserious student. In short, I had a session like that with one of my teachers that time. That, oh, these guys are unserious. So the day she was distributing the script in the class, and she saw what I scored, she didn't know when the thing came out of her mouth. So these are the kind of issues we have. And I can say very well that whatever we are suffering in pharmacy today, perhaps is how we have been produced. And it has really affected us. But then, from what we have learned this afternoon, I know very well there is no time that is too late. Nobody is ended until you say you cannot go ahead. And from what we have learned this evening, it is now in our own hands to reshape our future. Incidentally, most of my friends that were in art, they are in big places today. A friend of mine, Abbas, were in the room in UI, but I didn't follow up friendship with him. I mean, he's a big guy outside the country. Miriam Olusoya, she happened to be my classmate.
Interesting.
So you can imagine. So when you look at all these issues, and Miriam in school, I knew what Miriam was doing. Miriam was not the regular pharmacy student. She's an extrovert. She moves out. She links up, she networks and everything. And most of the time, they see her as a unserious person. But today, she has proven to us that that is what we need. And from what you have said, it's also evident that we need to think out of the box. Let us go and bring the wealth from other places and bring it to pharmacy. I think that is one of the ways we can now use to expand the base of pharmacy practice. Because if we still remain doing the same thing, we only be doing what we are doing. And unfortunately, there's limited opportunity in pharmacy, and the little people that are making headway, pharmacists are the ones standing against them. So it's a challenge. And I think this is an eye-opening session. And on behalf of the Board of Administrators of Pharmacist Affairs, we want to deeply appreciate you, Pharmacist Oluwakomo, for sparing us your time. I can see great inconvenience we have given to you. You have been in the car for the past 30, 40 minutes speaking to us. And when you told me you're going to be in a program and you are sure that no problem, I'm going to come out of that place and speak to us, it's because of the passion you have to have a change. And in your own corner, you are making that revolution, mindset change. Let us change our mindsets. And this is one thing that if we can all embrace mindset change, we will do things that people cannot imagine is possible. So I want to thank you so specially.
Thank you.
We appreciate you, and your career trajectory is quite impressive. Anytime I tell people that the president of OPE is a pharmacist, they say, you guys are big guys. And I know you gave us that privilege to say, oh, we have people that are like that, people out there. So, and I believe strongly a lot of us also are going to make that way and make that step. And all of our young colleagues on the platform this evening, we're going to make this session, we're going to push it on the YouTube channel. And once it's done, we're going to publish the link so that you can also have more time to listen to what we have had. So many things Mr. Akomo has spoken to us this evening, and they are quite interesting. So we thank you, sir. We appreciate you. And we can only continue to pray for you to excel in every area of your life. We don't know what next you are doing, but you are a lecturer in Lagos Business School. But we know that you still have other things you still going to achieve. We appreciate you. So everybody in the house, can we just appreciate Famizulu Akomo?
Thank you. Thank you, and do well,
Thank
everybody.
you so much.
So much,
Thank
sir.
you.
Thank you. Really appreciate
Thank
it.
you so much.
You
Thank
opened
you.
my heart
Bless
Thank
you.
you.
concerning pharmacists in Nigeria. May God
Thank
continue
you.
to help us.
Thank you. May God bless you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. I will log out now.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Have a good program. Thank you.
Thank you
Bye.
so much, Famizulu
Thank
Akomo.
you.
So you can go and continue to enjoy yourself.
Thank
Thank you
you.
so much.
Thank you.
Have a
Thank you.
wonderful holiday.
Happy New
Bye.
Year in advance.
Yeah. So in a short while, we're going to just have a 2 minutes break, and then we're going to have we're going to go next to the presentation of the winner for this year's award. So 1 minute, let's just go on a 2 minutes break to just have a short interlude. So thank you, and thank you. Welcome back. We are going right away to the next assignment we have this afternoon, and that is to unveil the winner for the 2023 PAGIA award. That's PAGIA 2023. And just like we have said it before now, that the procedure to select the winner for PAGIA 2023 were in 3 stages. The first stage was application, the second stage was assessment, and the third stage was voting. And from the assessment we have, just like I mentioned earlier on, that we have 3 of our assessors that took part in the assessment. We have Dr. Ilomuaya, we have Dr. John Ayoride. Ilomuaya is from University of Lagos. Dr. John Ayoride from University of Ibadan. And we also have Dr. Omotayo Ilupeju from Pharmacy Council of Nigeria. And they looked through the submission of all the projects that were submitted, and they were able to come up with an assessment, which was the reason why we selected the people that finally got to the voting platform for innovation applications of disruptive technology in pharmaceutical education and practice. After the assessments, that innovation got 6.8. We also have pharmacy my profession innovation. After the assessment, that innovation also got 6.8. We have a revolutionizing healthcare, the power of AI integrated prescription management software, advanced universal health coverage. After the assessment, that innovation got 7 points over 10. We also have nurturing healthier homes, the blossoming journey of Albert Mother's community. The assessment, she got 8.6. We also have leveraging community pharmacies for improved vaccination coverage in Nigeria. That's after the assessment, that innovation got 7.8. We have mental health in transit, young pharmacist initiative, reach out to campus worker in Ojitam community. After the assessment, he also got 7.8. And we also have a future pharmacy initiative. And after the assessment, he got 8.3. So just like we said, we are taking first three innovation that has the highest rating. And we took future pharmacy initiative, mental health in transit, leverage community pharmacy for improved vaccination coverage in Nigeria, and nurturing healthier homes, the blossoming journey of Albert Mothers. And that was how we took them to the voting platform. And now we went for voting. And when the voting was done, the result of the voting, which was a 2 weeks event, we had 2 weeks event for the voting. And I'm going to be sharing with us on the screen right now the results of that voting. And that is what I'm going to be sharing with us now. So can we see this screen?
Yes, sir.
Yes, you can see it.
Okay, you can see all the reports there.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. So after the voting, what we got is what we are sharing on the screen. And obviously, the highest votes will definitely take the day. And that is why this afternoon, it is our great pleasure to announce to the House that Future Pharmacy Initiative, FPI, scored 2,263 votes, followed by Leveraging Community Pharmacy for Improved Vaccination Coverage in Nigeria, and had 1,276 votes. Nurturing Healthier Homes by Albert Mothers Community scored 693 votes. And the Mental Health in Transit Young Pharmacist Initiative scored 32 votes. And from what we have all seen today, and what has been presented by every of the presenter, there is no one that is lesser than the other in terms of the amount and the quality of innovation. But you know, in a situation like where we have 5 people or 4 people that are equally qualified for a thing, there may be something, no matter how little it might look like, that will push one person ahead of others. No matter what it is, whether something that we can directly prove or indirectly prove, but something has to be used to choose who is the winner. And that is why we have to go through the voting. And it is obvious that Future Pharmacy Initiative topped the poll. And at this juncture, on behalf of the pharmacists, Board of Administrators of Pharmacist Affairs, we are announcing Future Pharmacy Initiative as the winner of 2023 Pharmacists Group Initiative Award 2023. So please, can we just give Future Pharmacists a lot of accolades? Let's celebrate them, and let's see all of us appreciating their efforts. And I know that they may not be the best to have emerged, but then everybody is qualified. However, the instrument available to us at this time is the voting, which was conducted, and we are happy to announce that Future Pharmacy Initiative is the proud winner of our 250,000 naira award, which we believe is going to help that innovation to scale higher, to do more, to do better, and to increase in whatever they are doing. We are doing so much work.
Congratulations.
And we believe so much that that token of 250,000 naira
That
that is coming from Pharmacy
amazing.
will help you to do more and to increase and expand your horizon. And for every other people that participated in this edition, that you did not win the cash award is not in any way showing less presentation. It's not in any way showing poorer expression, but by virtue of constraints available and limiting our operations, it is impossible for us to actually do more than what we have done in this year's edition. It's our prayer that next year, 2024, our award prize, we are praying to go to 500,000 naira, because year in, year out, we have been increasing that award price. And we believe strongly that it will get to a point whereby we'll be speaking in the billion range, and we'll be able to help a lot of our young minds to really get more done with their work. So thank you very much, everybody. Future Pharmacy Initiative, congratulations. And we want to just have a few words from you. Adebayo Israel, over to you.
Wow. All right. Thank you so much.
You can now let us see your face.
Okay. Okay, I'm coming, sir.
Okay.
Just a minute, sir. I don't know why it's taking long.
What's going on? Are you not
Okay.
Yeah, we can see you.
Okay. All right, sir.
Well done.
Thank you so much.
Go ahead.
So
congratulations.
Thank you very much. Right. So on behalf of the Future Pharmacy Initiative, the whole team, the leadership, Future Pharmacy Initiative, the members of the workforce, and the members of our community, we are excited, and I'm excited, so glad to appreciate all the coordinators of this great project, PAGIA. I especially thank Pharmacist Abiodun, who has been supportive to the Future Pharmacy Initiative time past. We've invited him for some of our programs, and he has been there supporting us even all through this process. I thank all the senior pharmacists who who are our leaders in this profession. I thank my various colleagues. And I also want to congratulate even other participants. I mean, those ideas are all amazing. The ideas are all amazing. And I believe that with what we've learned today, pursue those ideas of ours, make much more impact to the society. All right. And I would like to say that this cash prize will be invested into what we do at the Future Pharmacy Initiative, that is promoting capacity development, providing opportunities for our members of our community, to also to sponsor some of these projects, campaigns, and programs that we do at the Future Pharmacy Initiative. And I believe that with this financial support, we'll be able to do more and make much more impact to the society. So once again, I'm so excited, I'm so glad, and I'm very honored for this opportunity that a young pharmacist like me, recently inducted, who started this project as a student in 2020, clueless about how the journey would be ahead, but went ahead to do it anyways. Together with my colleague, I'm very grateful and excited to win this award. And I pray that for every one of us, I mean, who has taken time to attend this event, that things regarding our lives, regarding our career, we continue to scale higher. And I'm sure that's why we are all in attendance at this program. So once again, thank you very much, PAGIA, Pharmacist Affairs, and I'm very grateful. Thank you so much.
Yeah, that's a very wonderful speech from the winner of 2023 PAGIA, PAGIA 2023. And we also have PAGIA ambassadors. So we're going to add you to the group. And for you to know that we follow up on what our winners are doing. We have PAGIA ambassadors group, and we will time to time engage them to see how we can continuously monitor their progress. And at any given time where there's need for help in terms of anything of support, we will be available to render that to them. And incidentally, Adebayo Israel, I've never met him one-on-one, but I've been speaking to his program. I mean, there was a time I was invited, but because I have too many people around me, so I've never met him one-on-one. And so when I got to know Future Pharmacy Initiative, I said, who is these people? Well, let me just let them be. And they continue to do their best. So congratulations, Adebayo Israel and all your group members for such a wonderful outing and for the great impact you are making into that space. We believe strongly that we are evolving new culture in pharmacy that will bring the future pharmacists to see the bigger space for pharmacy practice in Nigeria. We want to appreciate everybody this afternoon. So I'm going to call on pharmacist Michael Druwaye, who is going to be taking on the vote of thanks and the closing remark. And then for pharmacist Israel, you need to reach out to me. We need to get your account details. So we're going to send your cash to you. It can be today, immediately. And then once you get your cash, and we wish you publicize that also on your various platforms. You have a certificate also already done, which I've been finding it challenging to push it to the screen. But I would find a way of getting it across to you. You have a certificate already done for this year, so as evidence that you participated in this award, in this project, and then you are awarded. So thank you. So pharmacist Michael Druwaye, over to you.
Chairman, thank you very much. Good evening, everyone. The last 2 hours or so has been very educative, very loaded, very challenging, mind-opening, and I believe that we've all had the best of this particular holiday season in today's meeting. The meeting would not have been complete or even possible without every one of you. It's good meeting you all. On behalf of the board and the chairman of the Pharmacist Affairs Group, we want to say thank you all for coming. We thank you because of the success of PAGIA 2023. Planning started some time back, but today it's a reality. A winner has emerged. We especially want to appreciate all the presenters today, beginning with Yusuf Aziz and also Timei Ogungbe, and then Adeleke Adekunle. We thank you all, and not leaving out our winner. Just as Francis Ajibade said, somebody emerged the winner. So special applause to pharmacist Israel Adebayo for emerging the winner for PAGIA2023. Keep up also the good work. Appreciating also, we want to specially appreciate the special guest for today, Pharmacist Olu Akamu. His talk today really sparks up a lot of things that we've been talking about, that we need to change the way we approach some things and do some things. And we can see that there are testimonials of people that took to that path, and today they are telling us it's the way to go. So the younger ones, let's apply our hearts to wisdom and pursue and apply these principles. If it's 9, if it's 8, I can tell you, even if you work with 7 of those principles, you're already good to go. But whatever it is, seek the knowledge, both the trajectory you want to move, get the adjacent wisdom. Well, let's not recap the whole story. You are glad you're here. So once again, on behalf of every member of the board of Pharmacist Affairs Group, we thank you all for being a part of our success story. We will still call on you next year, in year 2024. We're in this journey together to change the profession, to change our nation, to change the world, to make it a better place. We look forward to seeing every one of you in the year 2024. Remain blessed. All glory to God. Thank you all.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And I believe strongly this is a very comfortable time to say we have had a very exhaustive session. And usually we don't want our program to be more than 2 hours. And that's what we have actually done today. So we appreciate you all. We thank you all for your time and for the trust and confidence you have in us to always pursue our dreams and our passion on this program. And I can tell you that you all made it possible for us, because what you did to us by virtue of your participation, by virtue of your presence, by your contributions, are all what we are leveraging on to continue to do what we are doing. And we're also happy that we are impacting lives, and the future pharmacists are getting more equipped to have something that they can rely on. We thank you and have a wonderful rest of the day, and Happy New Year in advance. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, everyone. Thank you for joining.
Bye-bye.
God bless you all.
Bye-bye.
Wishing us a very happy and prosperous 2024.
We should
In
same.
Jesus'
Thank you.
name. God bless.